My name is Josephine Effah Nyantakyiwaa. I'm a Ghanaian currently in Poland, pursuing my master's degree in mathematical engineering. And I'm just here to share how my journey has been and my testimony of hope. So, growing up, I grew up in Ghana and with my siblings and my mom. My mom is a very good Catholic, and she used to attend Mass every Sunday. So we just followed her to church because, that was the best thing to do. So now it got to a point she enrolled us in a catechism classes where we went through catechism. That's with my siblings. And we got baptized, confirmed, we started receiving our Holy Communion. But even in those times, I was just going through the church because, we've been taught to, attend Mass, attend rosary prayers and all that. But I really didn't have any understanding of, or didn't really know the true meaning of all those things. So, moving forward, we joined the Electors Society in our church, and it was headed by this very amazing woman. She called Ma Esther. My encounter with her really changed my life. So she took us through catechism classes and going through this series of Bible studies. And, she also normally took us through teachings about how to live a very good moral life. And this series of, teachings and trainings had so much impact on me. Though I was just going through casually, but I didn't know as I went through, it really did a lot to me. So I started to live in that manner. She taught us how to dress modestly, decently, speak well, be nice to people, and obey our parents, and a whole lot. And also she taught us to always read the Bible. So growing up, I was that kind of, girl who used to do all those things. But even in the midst of that, I still really didn't have, this personal connection with the Lord. Moving forward, I went through SHS, and after SHS, back in my home, there is a CCR society in my home where we actually attended. In one of the sessions, I encountered this priest who, during his session, shared his experience and his journey, and so much. He shared a lot, and that was the game changer for me. That alone sparked something in me, and I was like, wow. And he talked so much about the rosary. He made so much emphasis on the rosary prayers, and so that alone had some effect on me, and I was like, wow, then there must be more to praying the rosary. There must be more to just attending Mass. And he also made a lot of emphasis on the Blessed Sacraments, the fact that growing up, he used to sit in front of the Blessed Sacraments for long hours, and he shared so many testimonies that's for another day, so many encounters I can't share here. Yes, so that alone, it did a lot to me. So I started not just, attending Mass just normally, but I started to pay attention to those things. I started to pay attention to the rosary prayers and all that. But it was still not, so easy for me. I didn't have a lot of insights. I really used to struggle to even pray one rosary a day. Okay, but encountering this priest, I made up my mind, and I made, a covenant with Mother Mary. That's okay. So, or let me say, he actually inspired us and convinced us to actually make a covenant with Mother Mary to pray the rosary every day, every single day. Not go a day without the rosary prayer. So I started. And like I made this promise, but by God's grace, I was able to, go through this thing of praying the rosary every day. So, and also another part of it was when I entered the university. There was this Catholic community for students, okay? And it had a subgroup called CCR. That was also where I really got to learn about the fact that it's not just about being a Christian, it's not just about going to church, but there is more to it. That's building a personal relationship with the Holy Spirit, building a personal relationship with Jesus, and having intimacy with Jesus. And that was where I got to learn, I got to learn the principles, or let me say, the act of always having consistent quiet times and consistent prayers with the Lord. Like, it's not about just going to church, but it stems up from building that one-on-one relationship with God. That's where it really starts from. So I got all this knowledge by God's grace and by the help of, this Catholic charismatic community. And moving on, I also encountered this Monsignor, who is now a bishop. That was Monsignor Anthony Miriam Ponsapopo, who is now a bishop. That was, I think, my latter days on campus. He also inspired us. There was a program in our parish, okay, and he inspired us about the fact that we can actually pray the rosary, we can actually do it, and there are so many promises Mother Mary promised to those who pray the rosary faithfully. Okay, so though I was in that program, I was in that session, but I realized all that he was saying did a lot to me, okay? There are some people, you encounter them and they speak to you, and it's like after you encounter with them, they actually, or let me say, it's actually ignites something in you. So that was the kind of feeling I had. That was the kind of experience I had with this Monsignor. I don't know, but something just sparked in me. He just, like, my encounter with him in that program did a lot to me, a lot I can't even express. Yes, so he inspired us that we can pray like 4 times a day, 5 times a day. I mean, it sounded very impossible, very impossible when he first said that. But then I made up my mind, to pursue this thing. So I started gradually, once, twice, and by God's grace, imagine me who never really believed in the rosary, me who never was able to pray even a decade, like just, the 10 Hail Marys. Even that was a problem for me. Back then, it was a problem for me, but encountering this bishop too, and also attending the regular meetings of this priest, Reverend Father Joseph Mary James, who shared his experiences. And like all these things came together and, ignited something in me, and I started to pray the rosary. And as I started, God gave me grace. Mother Mary gave me grace to, to keep praying the rosary consistently so much. I could even pray like 4 times, 5 times, and even more like 6, 7. Like it was just a miracle for me to. I believe, God was trying to draw my attention. Mother Mary was trying to draw my attention to the fact that there are so much, graces the rosary does to you or gives to you. And I also realized I was very timid, like very, very, very timid, very, very shy. But I realized whenever I prayed the rosary, I had that courage in me. I had that boldness in me. And I also realized it actually helped my relationship with others. I was the type who grew up with some kind of bitterness in my heart, because I grew up and there were some points in my life I felt so hit by, some loved ones. But growing up, I don't know, all of a sudden, something I was really struggling to let go. It was just so easy to let go. It was just so easy to love. It was just so easy to be, that nice person. So I just want to encourage everyone to actually take the rosary.